Well, welcome to a Pastor's Café. I'm your host, David. I'm here again with Pastor Steve Kern. This is episode number 84. The storm is here. War, tapes, the sky is falling rhetoric. And we will be right back.
This broadcast is made possible by the friends and partners of LibertyNetwork.live. We thank you for your support.
Well, welcome back to the show. Again, I'm your host, David. I'm here with Pastor Steve Kern, episode 84. And let's see if we can get through today's episode without coughing and hacking all over the place. You had this.
I had it, now you.
Now I'm getting, see, there it started again.
There it is.
We have our throat lozenges right here, our Ricola, and hopefully that'll be enough.
I'm glad I've built my immunity.
And I have coffee and honey,
There you go.
which really isn't bad.
Oh.
But anyways, all right, let me take a sip real quick here. As the audience enjoys that moment of silence. Okay, and me slurping coffee, by the way. Okay, here we go. Are you ready just to get into it?
Yeah, hold on.
I asked questions of this guy, and we'll see what he comes up with. All right, here we go. Question number 1, the storm is here. A lot of rhetoric circling, including language like, the storm is here.
Yeah.
This is the final phase. Nothing can stop what is coming. Claims that wars are about hidden tapes, global elites, secret vaults. Here's my question for you.
Yeah.
Why does apocalyptic language resonate so deeply with people during times of war?
Well, because the times of war really kind of has a way of undermining a sense of everything is under control, everything is moving in a certain direction. You can anticipate what's coming. And when it comes to war, a lot of that is not as predictable. Things aren't as predictable, and so people then begin to start making their own predictions or anticipating what they think or from their particular worldview and their particular...
Or it's like, I know a guy in Washington, D.C. I know a guy.
I read something on...
I saw it on X.
Yeah. But yeah, the whole idea of, like the Iran conflict, it's not really war yet, it hasn't been declared war. But there's so many things that aren't givens. I mean, the response of Russia, China.
Yeah.
How's this going to affect other things, other situations and circumstances? The economy. I mean, what was it? They were talking yesterday about how that we've had a really good thing with the stock market, and it's supposed to be going down, going crash, all that kind of a thing. So people, and really what gets right down to our sense of survival, where our sense of are we going to survive? Is this thing going to get bad enough to where it's going to be a threat to our well-being?
Gotcha.
And so,
does it keep me from going to Walmart and picking my box of cereal that I enjoy eating?
Well, I was thinking about that the other day. How that I was just driving down the freeway with a couple other guys. We're going to have some lunch together, and we're talking about how everything's so terrible in the world, and yet here we are. We're just driving along.
Oh, I know.
I'm going to go out to lunch and have a good time and go home and not have to worry. And you got people in other parts of the world that are having to dodge missiles and wondering if they're going to have anything to eat or standing in line trying to get something to eat. And they don't have no clue what's coming in the next hour,
Yep.
let alone the next day.
They're living minute by minute.
And we're just so isolated from all of that, which
Yeah.
is a good thing. But yet, we've got to be careful we don't take it for granted.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Good.
yeah. And so, anyway,
Well, Operation Epic Fury is well underway.
yeah.
Things might be changing in the next 24 hours. We'll see. We're recording on Wednesday. This is Wednesday, March 4th. So I'll try to release this tomorrow morning, which will be Thursday.
Yeah,
But things might look different on Friday.
yeah.
So we'll see.
Well, the big concern I have is I think they're going to be able to do what they need to do, but you've got all these sleeper cells. We don't know. I mean, how many there were that when we were keeping count, or when we were keeping some kind of record as to who's coming and going. Well, we haven't been doing that for the last 4 years. We don't know to have a clue as to who's been coming and going.
Exactly.
And to me, that's something that we have to really keep our eyes open for. And I'm just thinking now, it's a lot of people should be very thankful that they've got good safety teams in their churches.
Sure. Yeah.
You know, because now the way things are when sleeper cells and how that they're saying the possibility of different attacks from individuals or a couple of group or a whole group. Yeah, we need to be more sensitive to the possibilities of things that could actually take place.
Yep.
We're kind of right there.
Yes, we are. All right, here is my follow-up prompt for our audience. I'll leave you with this question and comment below. Is it because people crave justice or because they crave a grand narrative that explains everything? Comment below. Question number 2. Iraq and the memory of misdirection. All right. After Iraq, many Americans feel intelligence has been manipulated or misrepresented. That history fuels suspicion today. How much of today's hidden motive narratives are shaped by past distrust from wars like Iraq?
Well, I would have to say that a great deal of it. It's growing.
Yeah.
More and more of the distrust as we keep going along, and more things are being exposed about this and that, and so the natural response is distrust.
Exactly, because Venezuela, what I heard on social media,
Yeah.
it was about election, fraud,
Yeah.
and oil,
Yeah.
keeping it from China.
Yeah.
Iraq, oil, China. And then this was very interesting.
Yeah.
The hidden tapes from the Epstein files, which would deliver more proof of the number of world leaders and people within the deep state are panicking because there's extra footage that was split between Iraq and a few other locations. And supposedly Iraq has that. Okay, now this is the weird one.
Yeah.
There's a buried Stargate in Iraq, and we're going in after it. So we can open this Stargate, kind of like the movie Stargate.
Are you saying Iraq or Iran?
Iran.
Okay.
Iran. Sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. Getting over being sick here. Thanks for
Iraq was Bush's thing.
Yeah, Bush's. All right, so Iran. Iran. Thank you for reminding me. Yeah, sorry guys. I'm just starting to feel better now. Iran. There's supposed to be a buried Stargate, and there's also Epstein files located, and that's the other reason why. So when you hear this stuff, when you see this, There's a lot of people that read into it, go, wow, so this is what's really happening. And we get so caught up in this.
Yeah.
And, I brought it to your attention because we can go down that pathway so easily and get caught up with all this manipulated, misrepresented material. Anyways,
Yeah.
go ahead. I think I interrupted you.
Well, I think that kind of that kind of stuff is the kind of thing that it's like something to divert your attention from one thing to another, or for what's really going on.
Our government wouldn't do that, would they?
Just kind of, okay, they want to get you over here because this is
This is what's really happening, yeah.
Right, this is what's really happening. But, yeah, well, it's shaping a lot of the distrust. But I really feel like that Trump, in this whole episode with Iran, it's really something that has caused me to gain trust in him, because this is something that he has always been saying. Iran will not have a nuclear weapon because they're out there saying death to Israel, death to America,
Yeah.
And so he gets word that now's the time to strike.
Sure.
Because we've got them right where we want them.
Yeah.
Well, where are we right now? We're in the middle of this big political thing with the midterms, and not wanting to create controversies and things in order to give the other side fuel for their fire.
Yep.
But Trump is not a politician. He's a leader.
Yeah.
And he's saying, okay, that's what if this gives us the open door to do what we need to do, then let's do it.
Exactly.
Not worried about political ramifications.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how many people have really
Totally respect that. Yeah.
have really considered that.
Exactly.
That we have a man in the office. He's not a politician. He's just trying to do what's best for the country.
Yep.
And that's becoming more and more obvious all the time.
In a way, don't you wish you had a lens that you can peek through? Mm-hmm. And let's say that Trump was not elected president, but it was Kamala Harris.
Oh, wow.
And her response was, well, what are you going to tell Iran if they become nuclear? Don't. Don't do it.
Well, maybe she would.
But anyway.
She would go ahead and say, okay, I'm going to send you a couple more pallets of money so that you won't use your nukes.
Yeah. Boy, that's Obama. But don't you wish there was a lens you can peek through, say, what would it look like, the world we live in right now? What it would look like if we would have gone through a Harris becoming president?
Oh, gosh. Well, we'd still have open borders. We still wouldn't have a clue as to who's coming and going. We still would not be considered the power that we are now. And
it might look a little bit like New York City.
And Iran would still be just doing their own thing without any kind of stop.
And I think Israel would be under constant bombardment.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, Israel. They would. Israel has at least the opportunity now, the possibility of even of finally seeing some deliverance from what all they've been putting up with for all this time.
Do you think we're headed towards a refresh time shortly after this is all over with? I'm kind of speculating that this will be all over fairly soon. Mm-hmm. And we'll enjoy what we might call as the golden era.
Yeah.
Right before Jesus comes back.
Well, I think that's the case if they fully and completely remove the regime there and replace it with a non motivated Shiite religion leadership. because that's what was motivated. That was the whole source of their reason for what they were doing. And of course, and even Rubio has been referring to them as religious fanatics, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And so there is a concern. Of course, they've been doing away, but then with the second tier, but you still have the Ayatollah's son and some of the there's still that crowd. That even if you were able to get the Shah's son in there, that's still something they're going to have to deal with. But hopefully they could get something. It doesn't necessarily have to be the Shah, but at least it's some kind of a form of an elected government that the people feel they've got control over and can begin to start taking it back.
Sure.
But before that happens, there's got to be a total and complete dismantling of that whole government structure there.
And it might take place in the next 48 hours.
Well, it could. I mean, and the thing about it is, Iran's getting weaker by the day.
Oh, yeah.
And so hopefully, and they were saying 2 weeks, well, it hasn't even been a week. So, I mean, they've accomplished a lot already.
Oh, yeah.
So I think what you're saying is a strong possibility that the people will finally come out of their hiding and really start doing what they have to do to take control.
Yep.
But they need to be waiting right now until they get rid of a lot of the fanatical guard.
Sure.
That's been the real threat there as far as with all the killing, that they're the ones that do all the killing and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I want to leave our audience with this question. Does past governmental failure justify present automatic suspicion? Comment below. All right, question number 3. War as revelation narrative. Wars are about recovering tapes. Governments are vaults for blackmail. Military action is tied to secret global cleanups. My question is for you. Why do people frame war not just as conflict, but as exposure, cleansing, or final reckoning?
Well, because there's so much secrecy involved in war, because you've got the different countries that are having their military plans, and there has to be so much guarded concern about what their plans are next and that kind of a thing. And so you find, well, they're going to do this, or no, they're going to do that. Well, that's all guessing, because and you don't have an inside track, but you feel like, okay, this is the logical thing, or that's the logical thing. And so and that's what war is to most people. It's more than just a conflict.
Yeah.
There's other issues that are that go along with it, as far as power, and as far as who's going to end up with the influence and then the wealth, and the ones that are going to lose it all. And so anyway, it's war is always more than conflict.
Yeah,
that's for sure. It's there's the mental part of it, and then there's the actual battle part of it, I guess. But
yeah,
I didn't grow up. I wasn't alive at World War II, but I wonder what it would have been like, living during that period of time. And you're just getting so much of what's happening in Germany and what's happening in Japan, and that must have been quite a period of time of wondering.
Sure.
Everybody's working hard to in the plants and all that are trying to make more tanks and make more planes and stuff to try to give the military the equipment they needed to win.
Yeah. Well, from the stories that my grandmother told me, life was rough.
Oh yeah. man, there's certain things you could only have so much bread, so much milk.
Yeah, the rations.
Rations, yeah. But so that affects everybody, and but the thing about it was, it really brought everybody together.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see that happening here with the Iran situation. It's so. I mean, it should be bringing us together. Hey, we've got a president here that's finally doing what needs to be done in order to protect us in the future.
It's sad that we have passed the point of that one side, or people in general, have so much hate for another person because of their beliefs and what they stand for.
Yeah.
So much hate in their heart,
right.
Almost evil-like, that they can't even agree on anything.
No.
It's a beautiful day. If Trump were to say that, the other side would be like, what an evil man being oppressive to the people who prefer it to be cloudy. It's kind of ridiculous, isn't it? But we are there. So, yeah, it is kind of sad.
Yeah, this country's in a different frame of mind than it was back then.
Yeah.
And we've come so far away from that. We had two major parties, Republican and Democrat, but they had their differences were in opinion on how things should be done, but they could still get along.
Yeah.
Well, now it's not that way at all. It's either my way or the highway.
Yeah.
So.
All right, I'm going to leave the audience with this question.
All right, let's hear it.
Does that language mirror biblical end times imagery? And is that part of why it is spread so quickly among Christians? Among Christians. So comment below on that one. Mm-hmm. That's a good question, by the way.
It is. It really is.
All right. Question number 4. Christian responsibility in viral chaos. Here we go. When believers share unified... man, I tell you what, I'm having a rough day here.
There you are.
I said unified really well, by the way.
Good.
Unverified. When believers share unverified claims that align with their worldview, are we participating in truth or participating in narrative warfare?
Well, I would say participating in narrative warfare. Everybody trying to outguess the other.
Yeah.
And and really, I think we have to really be careful whenever we try to make a point, or is that have we got the right information to know that what we're talking about is actually true?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. And
we have all the information.
That doesn't happen all the time. And I think sometimes we're a little bit, we hear something and, well, it's like gospel. We hear something, oh, yeah, well.
We hear something, it relates to, verifies, or encourages our narrative, so therefore it becomes truth, and we like it.
Yeah.
And we need to stop this mindset of, well, my opinion is truth.
Yeah.
Well, your opinion is not truth. Your opinion is your opinion. And sometimes there is true.
You're right.
I could say in 1492, something happened, right?
Yeah, right.
Columbus sailed the ocean blue. Mm-hmm. But did he really? I'm just joking.
I know. Well, yeah, that's the thing that we have.
Are you sure about that?
We have to learn to discern the difference between opinion and having validated information.
Exactly.
And
like safe and effective.
Yeah.
The COVID shot.
Well, hey, I was at the prison this week and talking to a young Jewish prisoner, and of course we got into a discussion about the Old Testament and all that kind of a thing, and I could see where he was coming from, his explanation of what's going on in Genesis and all that, from the higher criticism of that they used to teach in theology, which has been pretty much done away with. But he read a book that that basically was still using that kind of stuff, and so I had to make sure that when I when I started trying to correct him, I was using stuff that I know things that have been validated.
Sure. Yeah.
In order to make sure if he wants to look it up and investigate it, he's going to find that it's true.
That's right.
And that's what we need. But and that's so sad about how that folks they just are willing to just take things for granted rather than investigating it for themselves.
Sure.
And that's really what education is supposed to be about.
Exactly.
Putting the information out there, and then you doing your own investigating and studying of it to try to come to some kind of a validated conclusion of that what you've determined to be true is true.
Yeah.
And I'm finding that people, when they really study the Bible and the history of it, the archaeology and all this stuff that's out there, hey, wait a minute, they've got stuff here that hadn't thought of before.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's all out there if you're willing to look for it. But sometimes they don't look for it because they don't want to find it.
That's right. They don't want to find it. We have just a few minutes here, and I really like this follow-up question. I'd like for you to address it if you would like to. As I try to talk with this lozenge in my mouth. What does bearing false witness look like in the digital age? That's for our audience, but I also wanted to open it up to you real quick.
Yeah, what does bearing false witness look like in the digital age? Well, false witness is basically, what does it look like? It looks like it's true. Mm-hmm. That's because they present it as being true.
Uh-huh.
And with a false witness, we've got all kinds of false witness things going on that... the devil himself gave a false witness to Eve and presented it to her as if it were true.
Yep.
And so it looks like it's true. Mm-hmm. When in reality, it isn't, and you begin to realize it's not true when you start really thinking it through.
That's right.
But the thing about this in this digital age is, okay, the digital, where is the information that the machine is using to make its conclusions coming from? Who's putting the input in there? You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And so that's why we have to really be careful about a lot of this AI stuff and everything. Who's feeding the machine the information?
Yep. Can't tell you the number of movies I've seen where it's like the doctor would come in, well, I'm just reading the information that the computer's given me, and the patient dies, which is terrible.
Yeah.
But how many times have we seen that in a movie?
Oh yeah.
But anyway.
Hey, how many times did we see that in COVID?
Oh, I know.
In that whole period of time.
Safe and effective.
Yeah, right.
We hope you guys have enjoyed this episode of A Pastor's Cafe.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yes. Feel free to comment below, submit a question or two, and we'd love to discuss it on this show.
Yeah.
Until next time, we hope that you have a wonderful day.
And I hope you get to feeling better next time.
I'm feeling better already than I was 2 days ago, so I think I am on the path to healing.
You're on the mend. Okay.
That's right.
Well.
Until then, take care, and bye-bye.
This broadcast is made possible by the friends and partners of LibertyNetwork.live. We thank you for your support.